Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you, Stefano and Santa Gidio, for inviting me here. I'm really grateful to be in Rome and to be speaking in front of you all. Okay, by the way, my name is Suzan Norlihan. I am short, but I'm 47 years old and I've been in practice for 22 years. I've done murder cases, drug trafficking cases, firearm cases, rape, anti-trafficking of human beings, and so many other cases. So I've met all kinds of people, including the criminals. You know, you have to remember that I used to be a teenager like you before, and I've also experienced being suspended from school. So you can expect me. I'm not a good person also. I'm quite a naughty student last time, and I've never imagined being a criminal lawyer when I was in secondary school. And in fact, when I was in university, I thought that I will not even become a criminal lawyer. Maybe I would be like a lecturer, or maybe working something else. Honestly, my career started when I did my practical, which we call as chambering, in the year 2001. Sorry. During that time, at first I thought that I want to be a civil lawyer, but then I realized that when I went to court, my clients was not there with me. So then I decided to change course, and I met with a criminal lawyer. His name is Mr. Bhagwan Singh. And then I told him that I want to chamber in criminal law. So I told him that I want to help other people, I want to help the criminals. But then after, if I'm not mistaken, after 1 year, I was tested by God, where my brother was arrested for a murder case. My brother was a victim of witchcraft, and he lost in the case and was sentenced to death in 2009. I was not allowed to handle the case, so we have to appoint another lawyer to do the case. During that time, my brother was a healthy person, but when he was in prison for quite some time, because he's now in the prison waiting for the death penalty to go on, so he developed lymphoma cancer, SLE, that is a autoimmune disease, as well as Felty syndrome. Then I realized that death penalty is not a punishment for my brother alone. It's also a punishment for my family as a whole. We suffered a lot, and our suffering is not recognized by the society because my brother is the guilty party. Due to sadness and harassment from the public, my father and grandmother became sick and died. People around us treated my parents badly, as if they raised a monster in the family. I'm sorry, because it reminds me of the past. I was abandoned by my friends and being labeled as if I'm a criminal too, despite being a lawyer. So I witnessed a cruelty of others towards me and my family. From my experience, then I realized that as a human being, we need to have empathy. Empathy where we need to understand other people and not to judge others. Yes, because of my experience, then I became a better lawyer than the others, and I can understand my clients better, and that's how I win cases. Because I realize that every criminal has a story behind them, and if we don't get to know them, we will never be able to understand and help them. Okay, I'm here not to ask you to become a lawyer. I just want you to understand that from my experience, I want you to be someone who loves peace, who loves other people, and to hate violence and crimes. And always remember that you have to hate the crime, but not the criminals, because a criminal person might be you, We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but imagine if that person is you. Would you want someone to hate you, or you want someone to hate your action? I had an experience once when I went to a university giving a speech, where I asked everybody whether they want someone to be punished with death penalty, and everybody raised their hand. And then when I asked again, I said, what if that person who's going to be sentenced to death is your father or your mother or your siblings? Then half of the room raised their hands, so half put down their hands. Then again I asked, what if that person who's going to be sentenced to death is yourself? Please raise their hand. So none of them raised their hand. So from there we learned that, when things happen to us, we refuse to accept it. But when it happens to other people, we are so happy we can accept that. So that's why I want you to know that we need to hate the crimes and not the criminals, because the criminals can be our siblings, our parents, or anybody that we know, including ourselves. Now this is a message for you. I want you to listen to this. And because I also have my children here, it's also an advice to them, so I hope you can listen to me. I'm here to talk about something that matters, your choices and their impact. As young people, you're navigating a world bursting with opportunities, but also facing challenges that test your character. Today, I want to emphasize the power you hold to detest crimes, promote peace, unity, and most importantly, to forgive yourselves when you stumble. You're the generation carving out your path in a world constantly evolving. Your dreams, passions, and ambitions light up the future. But within this journey, you'll face choices, some small, some monumental, that define not just who you are, but the world you're shaping. Let's talk about hating crimes. You should hate the action that harm, the injustices that tear communities apart. But it's essential to understand that within every individual, there's a story, a journey, and the potential for change. You should detest the crimes while holding on to the belief that people can change. Peace isn't just a word, it's a way of life. It's about embracing differences, resolving conflicts through dialogue, and standing together united. When you're united, you're a force, advocating for justice, equality, and a world where everyone feels valued. Forgiveness is a superpower, a gift you give yourselves. Making mistakes is part of your journey, but forgiving yourselves is crucial. It's about learning from your mistakes, missteps, growing, and allowing yourselves a second chance to make things right. Each of you hold the power to create change, no matter how small the action. Whether it's lending a hand, advocating for causes that matter, or spreading kindness, it's all add up. Your action ripple through communities and can spark incredible transformations. You're not walking this path alone. Your communities, your friends, they're your backbone. You lean on each other, support one another, and together you become stronger. Unity is your strength, support is your solidarity. In closing, let's remember the values you carry: detesting crimes, promoting peace, staying united, and forgiving yourselves. Your journey isn't just about where you're headed, but how you get there. Let's create a future where your choices reflect compassion, unity, and understanding. Okay, lastly, I just want to say that no matter how big your problem is, they're going to get away. Just be yourself, because you won't know what you will be in the future. You never know whether you'll be someone who is a very important person for the future. So be yourself and be brave. Thank you.
Grazie.